Yes, ladies and gentlemen, making his triumphant return to the Mid-South Wrestling Mayhem podcast. It's yours truly, Peter Van. Ways to get a hold of the show as usual. Mid-South Wrestling Mayhem at gmail.com. Sorry, I was taking a breath. I just got done with my DDP yoga workout. It's not even a joke. I'll get into that in a minute. And you can find me on Twitter, Mid-South Mayhem. A lot of good show to go over. Lots of stuff to go over. I missed you guys. So let's get into it. I'm trying to figure out where to go first. Well, actually, let's do this. First and foremost, congratulations to Matt McNamara on his win. That really hurts to say because I really don't like the guy. Ugh. It makes my skin crawl. Nobody likes Harvard. I'm a Yale man myself, and is it Harvard or Yale? Anyway, I'm rambling. Anyway, congratulations to Matthew McNamara on his MSW Top Prospect Tournament Cup win. He had a nice picture on Facebook of it all strapped in the passenger seat of his car on the ride home. So congrats to him. He beat Brian Mercury to take the cup. He actually had a pretty good road ahead of him to get there. He took on Conor Vega, which was no easy task, but he did that. Other entrants in the MACW Top Prospect Tournament, which went a couple of shows, was Brad Mercury and Casanova. Brad Mercury took that win. Briar Mercury beat Max Stone to advance to the Final Four, and Key Awesome and Tyler Knight fought a good, hard match. I like Tyler Knight a lot. He advanced to the Final Four, but Briar Mercury was a bit too much for him, and Brad Mercury took the L to Matt McNamara, and it was Matthew McNamara's night. So congrats to him. What else is going on? Where I've been, I got my little liner notes, so yeah, some of these topics are going to sound read off because I'm reformatting the show a little bit, so I actually have some kind of preparation going on. Where I've been? Well, that's an interesting story. A little over a month ago, I did episode 3, and I fell off the face of the earth. And here's why. I don't want to sound like a vindictive douche, but I'm going to sound like a vindictive douche. Somebody out there had gotten into my head. I don't know who, but they wrote an email, and I'll just give you the excerpts that really, really bugged the hell out of me. You see, folks, I'm here doing this because I love the art of wrestling. I love everything about it, the storytelling, the action, the suspense, the drama, the just sheer gladiator versus gladiator of it all inside that ring. So much so that I am getting my card from Arkansas Athletic Commission whenever they decide to mail it in. My manager / referee / broadcaster announcer card. So anyway, I got told that 3 episodes in that I received an email about, quote, how much I sucked. And they went on to further say how much I'm doing Mid-South Wrestling a disservice. So I opted to shut it down. And, wow, it was 8 weeks. Wow. So 8 weeks ago was the last time I cracked the mics and got on here. But now I'm calling you out, Anonymous, and I hope you answer the call, because obviously you listen to the podcast. Obviously you listen to all 3 episodes to furnish an opinion. And if you want to talk about it, you know where my email is. I have Skype. I have Twitter. You know where I am. You know where to find me. leave a message on YouTube where you want to be met. I will gladly dial you up on Skype. I will gladly FaceTime you. Whatever you want to do. Whatever you want to do. This is your opportunity, your one opportunity to open up and say it to me. Because I'm done. I'm not done with the podcast. I'm done with the haters. I'm done with the, and I hate using that term, haters. I'm done with the people who just want to keep a good man down, like my doctor. That's the other reason for the extended absence. I'm going through some, well, yeah, I got some troubling medical news about my health, but I've turned a good corner. I've turned a good table on it. Long and the short of it, blood sugar was high. I'm officially a type 2 diabetic. I got to lose 70 pounds by November. Well, I don't. Well, I have to. I want to. But if I want to really give a good shot at beating this thing and getting off medication, I have to get down at least 200 pounds. So, hence the DDP yoga, by the way. Now I know what all the hubbub is about. I did. I'm on my second workout, and wow, incredible stuff. I'm really looking forward to seeing where this is going. But so far in my little quest in the past 3 weeks, in the past 3 weeks, 20 pounds down. So 20 to go, 20 down, 50 more to go. So here we go. Going to be in some fighting shape soon. So that's where I've been. But like I said, I really just hope that this guy comes forward. I want a good argument. I want a good fight so bad. I mean, it's the coward's way out. That's my problem with this whole deal. It's the coward's way out to write somebody an email and not offer up any kind of constructive criticism other than the fact that I, quote, suck, and I, quote, am doing the Mid-South Wrestling a disservice. No. I don't think I am. Well, obviously I thought I did because, it got to me. But I don't think I am. I'm not going to list down the accomplishments I've done in online radio and online podcasting. You've heard it before, and no reason to beat a dead horse. Wait, I got something for that. Let's take that out. Let's pretend I never said that. There's no sense in doing this. Okay. I had to just once. That was for my own entertainment. So anyway, that's what's been up. Come and find me. Gotta give maybe I don't want to call it get well soon, but I'm glad to see that MVC's okay. They had a little incident on the way to the show last night, and glad to see you guys are all right, even though I don't like you guys either. No. They've been really cool to me. So, I'm glad you guys are pretty cool. Especially their newest member, Big Little Cass, I'll call him. We've been talking here and there a little bit, and he's going to be doing some solids for the show for myself pretty soon. Speaking of which, by the way, I've ventured out. I am quite the venture non-capitalist. If you guys, I might as well put some of my studio gear to good use on top of rambling on about nothing. You guys want, I don't know, improvements to your entrance themes or whatever, just drop me an email at midsouthwrestlingmayhem.com and or find me on Facebook, Peter Van. A lot of you are friends already, but if you guys want some entrance music done or spicing up, as they say in the biz, just give me a shout. I'll hook you up. So where else have I been? I've been to MEW out in Memphis. And I have a bit of a problem. I want to cover their shows. They got a pretty decent TV deal going on. Well, it's public access, paid TV deals, which is going to lead me to my rant here. I'm just going to come out and say it. You got to pay your guys. Promoters, you have to pay your guys. Lots of good talent out in MEW, but word come back to me from several sources that they sunk all their money into this TV deal, and the past couple of shows, guys have not been getting paid, and that's going to start showing in the ring as far as any kind of morality goes. And you got to pay your guys. You got to do the right thing. And that goes for all shows. I'm not just picking on one show. That goes for everybody. If you're going to ask people to come to your shows, pay your guys. Don't give me the promise of, I'll give it to you next time, or anything else. Well, not me, but don't give the promise of, we'll take care of you next time, or this, that, and the other. You can't not pay your guys and then go out and buy time on public access. You can't do it. Unless those guys are extremely loyal and volunteering their services, which, again, talking to a lot of guys on the road, a lot of you guys on the road, they're not volunteer. I mean, heck, what they get paid is reliant on gas money and gear so they can look at top shape. And, speaking of top shape, gym memberships and things of that nature. I mean, their body, for the fans out there listening who think that it's just entertainment, their body is an investment. The guys in the ring, their body is their investment. They got time in the gym they got to pay for. Like I said, gas money to travel to and from to entertain the masses. Ring gear so they can not look like some, one of my favorite sites on Facebook, so they don't look like they're going to make the first issue of Trash Bag Wrestling on Facebook. So they put their money into their gear and their looks. And, some of these guys, I mean, it's a lot of work and a lot of travel and money. It's money. And, they do it because they love entertaining the fans, don't get me wrong, but a lot of them do it on top, for the entertainment value, but they also do it, hey, maybe I can make an extra buck or two, which is nothing wrong with that. They love, a lot of them are like you in a way, as fans, as me in a way, as a fan. They do it for the love of the sport and to keep the sport alive and to keep the sport going, but sometimes crowd cheering and crowd booing isn't enough for these guys. You can't get to a show or a venue on cheers and boos alone. Well, boos, B-O-O-S. Not B-O-O-Z-E, although sometimes you can get on boos alone, but, that's another story for another time. So you promoters, just don't waste your time on TV deals that are getting watched like 2 or 3 in the morning on a Sunday and not take care of the guys who are helping you put together a show at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday on television. You got to start small. Use your brains. Think. Get the people and get asses in seats and put out a good product. And that's my thing. MEW has a ton of great talent behind them. The Final Hour is a hell of a tag team. I went to their show last weekend, MEW show last weekend, and they put on a hell of a show against Beer 30. Who else was it? Crazy Jack. This dude is just out of his mind. But it's a great show that it's a great gimmick that he has, and it's spooky to watch. And when you're sitting there, I sat ringside and I got goosebumps when he was walking past. I mean, he gives off that vibe. But I mean, he's a great talent. They got this little dude, and his name escapes me right at the current moment, who's 5'2", maybe 5'1", and he's the internet champion. And he looks like absolutely nothing, and you would laugh at him the minute you seen him. But boy, he's got a moveset on him. I mean, JDW was his opponent, and they put on a great match. I mean, there's just so much talent. Cataclysm, who always puts on a solid match. I mean, Cataclysm's really come into his own the past couple of years. Again, another one, Norman Meklikoff. He's another one who's put in the work and is showing his talents. And this is the type of lineup that MEW has. But again, I've heard from several people that they're not paying their guys. And as a matter of fact, I think one of their last shows, you could kind of overhear things from the locker room being yelled as you were sitting trying to watch the show. And it's not a good look, guys. Especially if me, who went there as a fan, started overhearing things being yelled from the locker room. It's not a good look. I mean, it's just something that probably needs to be looked at. Oh, I didn't mean to overlook. Okay. He's going to get mad because he just seems the type to get mad. Mo, you're a solid talent, dude. And of course, how do I not mention Alan Steele? Alan Steele was there. So, like I said, just pay your guys. You have the talent. You have the talent to make a good show, obviously. Just do the right thing. Again, it was probably not my place to say anything. I mean, I'm just a guy, a loudmouth with a podcast, but I can't imagine a lot of guys, a lot of you fellas in the ring disagreeing with me there. So, what else? What else am I going to do? I had a couple things I want to go over. You know what? Let's take a break. Here's a good spot to take a break. Let's go ahead. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to catch my breath. As DDP says, exhale into diamond cutter. We're going to take a break. We shall be right back. Are you a wrestler, or do you have a promotion in Arkansas, Tennessee, or Mississippi, and would you like to be featured on Mid-South Wrestling Mayhem? It's easy to do. Just send them midsouthwrestlingmayhem@gmail.com. Find me on Twitter at MSW Mayhem, or find me on Facebook, Peter Van. Drop me a line of what you did or upcoming events that you'd like noted, and I'll put it out there. It's just that easy. Do you have a business or website that you want advertised? Email me now, midsouthwrestlingmayhem@gmail.com. Rates are very reasonable. Mid-South Wrestling Mayhem is being heard in all the United States of America on one of the largest social media platforms worldwide. Listeners are sure to have good taste, and I'm sure want to hear about your product or service. So email me now, midsouthwrestlingmayhem@gmail.com, to get in on the action of this groundbreaking podcast.
Want to contact the show? You can find us on Twitter at MSW Mayhem or email us midsouthwrestling@gmail.com.
Yes, welcome back to Mid-South Wrestling Mayhem podcast. I can't believe at the top of the show. That's how long it's been since I've done this. I can't believe at the top of the show I call it Mid-South Mayhem on my Twitter. It's at MSW Mayhem. It took me 2 promo listens to actually figure out the error of my ways. So where are we going real quick? You know what? Let's go and review one hell of a show. Extreme Pro Wrestling out in Boonville, Mississippi. We're going to get right into it. An EPW showed. Walker Hayes was going against Andy Mack. Walker Hayes got the win on that one. Nathan Lee made his return back to EPW to announce he had gotten a phone call from someone who needed a financial advisor. And after he had announced this, he had showed a video of Izzy Rotten, who had purchased and his newly purchased home. Nathan informed everyone that Mr. 4.4 would be at the next EPW show. Justin Case came out and had some words for Nathan Lee and Mr. 4.4, Izzy Rotten. The fourth match featured the new Ghost Riders and the Masked Assassin and Cataclysm with Ace Amorta, who was making his EPW debut. And of course, Cataclysm and the Masked Assassin got the W on that one. The fifth match was for the EPW Heavyweight Championship between Cody Hawk with Justin Case going against Big John. Cody Hawk got the win by DQ to retain his title after Izzy Rotten had gotten involved. Cody's brother Brody Hawk was out of the dressing room quickly and came and give the assist to Cody. It was clear Cody wasn't very happy about this attack and let Izzy know that there would be payback to be had. The sixth match and main event match was the Pink and Black Attack versus the Boonville Saints. CJ Jenkins and Chris Cade, Pink and Black Attack, got the win. That was a pretty good show. I didn't watch it live. I got to see video of it, and oh my gosh, that was a pretty incredible show. Like I said, MSW had their cup again. Congratulations to Matthew McNamara. I will be going to quite a few shows in the future as we're winding down the summer, and I'm going to have time to do things again, and everything's all straightened out and squared away. So if you guys got any shows, email me, let me know, and I will gladly try and cover them the best I possibly could. Another thing I wanted to talk about, and it's kind of a somber kind of note. One of the other things that was going on was Osceola, I think it's MCW in Osceola, had lost a good man, a man who I knew personally and spent a few pay-per-views with, was Kenneth Jackson. He lost his life in a horrific car accident almost a month ago, and we're sending our thoughts and prayers here at Mid-South Wrestling Mayhem to his family and friends and all you guys, just trying to make it through and help get past this one. It was a heavy blow. Personally, for me, it was a heavy blow. So I'm going to dedicate this podcast to him, too, as well. Um, yeah, it was a rough one. It really was. I didn't know him like personally on a deep personal level, but again, having hung out with him and got the had the coolest time with him. He was on my other podcast, the Peter Van Show, a while back because on top of being a wrestling manager, he also has this production company called Paradox, and they were doing a film, and I had interviewed him for that, and like I said, I had talked to him several times at several pay-per-view watching parties, and it was a pretty brutal one. We got into some deep conversation and a lot of history conversation as well as far as wrestling goes. So it was a blow. I mean, what I got to do is it felt like somebody kicked me in the gut. So dedicating this one to him, and like I said, thoughts and prayers out to his family. I'm going to end this podcast on a final opinion piece really quick. I give my opinions before, but this one is kind of important. All you wrestlers and promoters out there, the political opinions. I know we live in a pretty rough time and we live in very interesting times in this country, we shall say. Very strenuous and tense times, and it's like you say something, and at the drop of a word, you're pissing somebody off. A lot of people find wrestling shows to be an escape. Kind of their break from reality, kind of their fine art, their entertainment venue for the evening to go out and have a good time and, take the kids and go and get your weekly aggressions out by yelling at somebody like Big Mean Vic or, I don't know why. I don't mean to single him out, but he's a good bad dude. But it's just a pretty stressful time. If you're a promoter or a wrestler, I understand wanting to get your messages out and stuff like that. And, some of you, the only way you can rant is via Facebook nowadays. Social media is just, everybody's doing it. But have some separation from your personal life and your personal views versus what you want to cast when you get into that arena, when you get into that building, when you get into that ring. Find your separation, because somebody may read what you're saying on a personal level and not be able to discern it on a professional wrestling level, and at the risk of angering a few people, because I'm at a loss for words, the character you're trying to portray in the ring obviously is not, is separate from your personal life. And if you're taking your personal life political views and spreading them on the same page of where you're trying to get your professional wrestling stances out, and your promotions and your promotions and your promo videos and things like that, and you're putting your political personal views in the same light as your promotional views, you're going to come across as two different people, and that's going to be off-putting the fans, and you're just going to make some people very unhappy. Your overall objective is to get asses in seats. Be it a promoter, hell, even the referees. I mean, they never get enough credit. They're a big part of the storytelling in the show. But you just keep your personal views and your political views away from your professional wrestling pages. It's not a good look. It's really not. It's like my new favorite phrase. It's not a good look. Excited to go. Like I said, I got a few shows coming up. The biggest one I know that I'm really excited to go that I may actually cover because I'm going to be there, and it seems to be like a good time. There's a lineup. That's what I was looking for. Apparently John Cena's going to be there. Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman versus Samoa Joe. Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose versus The Miz, Taraj, Finn Balor, and Bray Wyatt. Cesaro and Sheamus, Anderson and Gallows. Mickey James, Dana Brooks, Nia Jax, Emma, Titus, the real deal Titus O'Neil, Apollo Crews, Callisto, R-Truth, Goldust, Enzo Amore, and Cass. That's going to be a good time. August 26th at the Convocation Center. Nobody paid me for that. That was a freebie convo. So there you go. So if I put asses in seats, you kind of owe me one. But yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm a huge Finn Balor fan. I don't see my boy on there. My new favorite WWE guy is Elias Sampson. He's so annoying, but it's the best thing ever. Best thing I've seen in WWE do in a long time is Elias Sampson just come out with the guitar. Yeah, it's great. Like I said, you guys out there, you want a little peppering done to your theme songs, entrance themes? Give me a shout. I'll do it. I'll take care of you. You know, it's southwrestlingmayhem@gmail.com. Peter Van on Facebook. Obviously, you know that. You can find me on Twitter, MSW Mayhem. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. Really had a good time. Anonymous emailer, email me. We coming for you? No. I'm joking. I wouldn't say that. Anyway, peace, love, chicken grease. I am out of here. I have been Peter Van. This has been the MSW Mayhem. Hope you enjoyed this episode as always, and I will talk to you later. Remember, every day above ground is a good day. Bye-bye now.